Greetings, grasshoppers. Welcome to the Bot Signal. My name is RJ Redden, and entrepreneurs hire me to skyrocket their marketing message because most feel like they're shouting into a black hole or they're a carbon copy of everybody else online. And a lot of people have trouble getting traction online. Also, my dog has made an appearance. This is Ranger. Yes, he sits on my desk with me. So I create epic engagement experiences that get people to click that button with you and convert like crazy. Bottom line, I am on a mission to motivate 1 million people to change their marketing. Today, we're going to start with you. So, my friends, yesterday we talked a little bit about creating a bot character. I showed off my new logo. Thank you, Fifi Rose. You're awesome. And I got to thinking a little bit about Spinning Dragon. I got to thinking a little bit about how I have started to use her for my communications outside the bot as well. It's something that it's kind of a brand carry through. I got a really great compliment on my branding from somebody a week ago today. It still just kind of blows my mind that pretty much what you see is what you get. If I'm attending a meeting somewhere, if I'm at a live event, if I'm live streaming, it's the same, it's consistent branding. And that's because I've done a lot of thinking about my digital assistant in my bot, about branding her off of my personality as well. When you've done that work, and that's some work that, if you decide to take us on, we do that work with you, developing a personality for your bot, either, that is your brand personality or your own personality, whichever you want us to work off of. When you do that work, when you get that ground in place, then you can start taking that character, that bot personality, and having it represent you in different communications. So, for example, my little avatar, my spinning dragon, sometimes she writes emails to my people. If there's something personal that I've got going on, if I'm not promoting another person through my email, Spinning Dragon will usually send the email. You can see her name in your inbox. Now, I'm not super frequent with emails, so don't be checking right now. You'll be looking for a while, but she does send the email on my behalf. She also, will show up in some of the emails that are automatically sent within the bots that we create. So when somebody has signed up for a webinar, and they get the confirmation email, that type of stuff, Spinning Dragon will also make an appearance in those emails. So I'm integrating that personality to represent me on all sorts of different fronts. What that does is it expands the reach of my brand a little bit. So very good. Anyway, that's the subject of today. First of all, how can you create that brand personality for yourself, for your company? Because to stand out in a sea of sameness, which I know we're all trying to do, because everybody's online now. Everybody's online all the time. And so, a lot of the pay-per-click ad services have dropped in price. Tammy Lane is going crazy over there. She's got a lot of ads dropping in price and customers just hitting it out of the park. Google Ads, same deal. So how do you stand out? How do you make yourself known? How do you express your brand personality or your brand personality, or sorry, your brand personality or your personal personality in a way that gets people to stop, look, and listen, because that's what it's all about online. It's all about standing out with your message and with how you deliver that message. Really, really important, my friends. You know, I favor engagement over everything else because it doesn't matter what kind of a reach you have. If your engagement is way down past sea level, you're going to have problems. You're going to have problems. The problem is that the mentality is we go ahead and every time, well, more, the answer to the question is more people, more people. Want to say hey to Joseph and Teresa out there. How you guys doing today? So how do you create that? For me, it was super easy to, go and pick out a character on Graphic Mama is what I use. I don't get any affiliate, money for that, but graphicmama.com. Great place to go and explore and think about what kind of character that your brand would like to be, or a character to represent your personality. I find a lot of times that that's where my clients start when we start the avatar talk. That's where my clients start because it's so much easier to build a character around something visual. It's so much easier for people to focus their energy and say, okay, this character's wearing a cape. So the wording on it is going to be a little bit different. Choosing a character to represent you and your brand. I think that it's one of the most engaging and, let's say, endearing things about some of the bots that I have out there right now. You guys know I talk a lot about Rowan. He is a bot that we created in January 2018. He's been running for a client of mine. Rowan is the tour guide, the bot personality behind First Steps to Keto and Texas Keto Couple. They run a 30-day weight loss challenge. When Rowan doesn't show up on time, people speak about him as if he is a real being. People are like, Rowan hasn't visited me in days. What's going on? Or Rowan visited me today and he had this message for me and it made me feel good. People talk about Rowan, the robot, the keto bot, like he's a human being. Why? Well, let me tell you, as human beings, we're given to characters. We're given to fantasizing ourselves, and we're given to a lot of different things out there. Now, some people are pretty firmly grounded in, reality and all that kind of stuff. But when you were a kid, did you, when I was a kid, it was Luke Skywalker. Okay. Now I'm dating myself, but it's okay. When I was a kid, it was Luke Skywalker was the big fantasy hero. It was science fiction at the time. Lord of the Rings, that's another one that a lot of people love. And so people fall in love with characters all the time. Don't be afraid to create something around your brand that is the voice of your brand when you can't be there. I use this in bots all the time, my friends. All the time. It's one of the first things we do with the client is, what personality are we going to create for this avatar? And then when we firmly implanted it into the bot, then we get to plant it in other places in people's communications. The emails that they're sending out, the texts that they're sending out, obviously, and all the other forms of communication that there are. For instance, the avatar on my page right now, if you look at the thing on Facebook, the I don't want to say logo, but the identifier on Facebook. I'm having trouble with words this morning. You'll see that I've got my new logo in there. And Spinning Dragon is every place that I am. So think about using that avatar and going beyond your bot and extending that handshake, that brand reach, it's not just a flat logo anymore. It's starting to be about an outreached hand, digital hand, welcoming you into somebody's stuff, shaking your hand and saying hello. That's what it's starting to be about for me, and having that digital hand reach across all my communications. Jen says, thanks, RJ. Can't wait to learn more about this. I have a series of characters that need a voice. Fantastic, my friend. That is what this is all about. I would love to chat with you about that. I'll drop you my link a little later on. Maybe we can meet up about that. So very good, darlings. Thank you for sitting in today. I am here every weekday, 10 o'clock a.m. Central Time, talking about some aspect of how I work with bots, how I work with my clients, the chatbots themselves, different ideas that are going on. We go for about 10 minutes. Thank you for joining me today. It's been a wonderful ride, and I'll see you in a bot.